Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. Thank you so much for joining us today. We know everyone's busy, so it means a lot that you're here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Amanda Lesperance. I'm the Senior Director of Strategy and Growth at Teach United. I've been here 4 years, so this month is my anniversary. So we'll do a quick round of hellos. Actually, we thought before we get started, we just wanted to give everybody an opportunity from each regional team to say hi, so you all can meet the people behind the work that you are supporting. So if you are on the Latin America team, if you could just give a quick wave, and then if you're on the Africa team, if you can give a wave, and thank you. So nice to see you all. And then the United States team, you can give a wave. Awesome. Thank you. Great. So why are we here today? You can move to the agenda slide, Megan. That would be great. We have some powerful new impact data that we're really excited to share. You'll hear directly from the Africa, Latin America, and US teams, so you'll hear some stories behind the data. But to start, I'm thrilled to introduce our new CEO, Diego Adame. Um, Diego is not new to Teach United. He's actually been part of our family since 2024 when he joined our board. He spent 10 years at the Lego Foundation and served as Chief Impact Officer at the Human Practice Foundation. Importantly, he is a teacher himself and he comes from a family of educators. Um, Diego is the perfect fit, having experience in all of our regions. So he's worked in education in Latin America as well as Africa and has lived in the United States. He's from Mexico City. The stars aligned to bring him to us at this moment. I don't think we could have found a more perfect fit in terms of the technical skills and expertise that he brings, as well as the cultural fit with the Teach United team. So, as some of you know, Teach United is a very kind, supported, and hardworking spirit that defines us, and Teach United, Diego has the same. So today you'll get a chance to learn more about him and why we're so excited that he's going to be leading us into the next chapter. Diego, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Amanda, and thank you for the nice words. And the first thing I want to say is a big thank you to Heather. I know she's in the call. I also know I have said thank you in so many ways, but I will say it again. Thank you for everything you have built, Heather, and also thank you for the way that you have led this transition with honesty, generosity, and genuine care. I'm very grateful for that, and even more that you will continue to be a part of this community because we definitely need you as part of it. It has been a month since I became the CEO of Teach United, and what a month it has been. I've had the opportunity to meet our colleagues that are working in East Africa, in Latin America, and in the US. And I also have had the opportunity to meet both in person and online many of our partners and supporters. I have to confess, I didn't know there were so many people in this community and so many people that are supporting Teach United. And it's taking a bit more time than I thought it would take to try to meet everyone, but I will continue to do that because what we are and who we are is because of this incredible community. In this month, I have also confirmed some of the things that drew me to Teach United in the first place. The first one is that organization is locally led. We have teams on the ground that are leading the work and the impact that we are having. The second one, and we say it all the time, and we will continue to say it, our program is designed by teachers and for teachers. To me, this is very important. It's not only the fact that everything we do is based on evidence, but that what we do is based on responding to the needs and the challenges that teachers face every day in the communities and in the context where they are. And the way we design our program is to make sure that they can relate to that and can make the most out of it. And the third thing that I want to highlight is that we always work in partnership. We work in partnership with governments, we work in partnership with schools, with civil society organizations. And to me, those are the ingredients to have truly lasting systemic change. Having a strong committed team on the ground, having evidence and a strong program, and always working in partnership and within the systems and not around the systems. In this time, I believe that we have the foundations for what we need to build ahead. We have program that we know it works. And today, Alia will share some very exciting data points that show the huge impact that our program has. And the second thing is we have a passionate, committed team around the world, and you will hear from all of them today. I can think of a better way to start this journey, and I am looking forward to the what comes ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Diego. I'll take the next few minutes so our funders and partners can really get to know you through some questions that were submitted in advance of the call through the registration form. We can start here. Diego, what personal experience or belief most shapes how you think about education and teacher development?
Okay, and I think I'll start with the second one about teacher development, and then I'll go to education because I've been thinking a lot about that. What is my connection with teachers? I am convinced that the way to change education is through teachers. But I've been thinking and going back in my memory, and the memory that keeps coming back is a teacher I had in preschool. I don't remember a lot from preschool. I am not great at remembering things from long time ago, but I remember this teacher. Her name was Anna, and it was the first time in my life that I had that feeling of being heard and being seen and being included. And even to this day, that was more than 30 years ago. I still remember that, and I'm convinced that that gave me a lot of the confidence that I have today. And it wasn't because she was the best teacher, probably she was, but it was because she was passionate, because she cared about the people that she was teaching. And to me, that's what makes a big difference for everyone in a classroom. And to your second question, for me, something that is very clear. As you said, I am from Mexico, a country that has stark inequalities, and I have lived through that. And that's something that moves me and pushes me to work in this sector. In Mexico, if 100 kids start school, only 30 will go into higher education, and only three will go if they're of indigenous background. And to me, that just is unacceptable. And that's what drives me. And that's just an example in my country, but I know that there's reality in so many places. And I know that that can change with teachers that are passionate and dedicated.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you. Very moving. Second question is, what excites you most about leading Teach United at this stage, and how do you hope to build on the organization's work with partners?
Uh, I, I think just looking at this call, looking at all these images, looking at all the people, looking at our team, our supporters, our partners, it just, to me, it screams opportunity and it screams impact and all the things that we can do together to help teachers, but eventually to support children to have better learning outcomes and better opportunities in life.
Great. And then the last question here, if every teacher or participant left today with one idea, what would you want it to be?
I think, I mean, maybe I'm being repetitive, but I think any teacher that goes through our program or that we are supporting, I hope that they live with the conviction that they can make that change and the motivation that and knowledge that if they are passionate and committed in the work that they do, that they're truly going to make a difference in the trajectory of so many children's lives.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope everyone can get a sense for who Diego is. And that's exactly what we hope for today. And I'm sure you'll hear a lot more from him in the coming months. Aaliyah, I'll hand it over to you. Aaliyah is our Senior Director of Programs and Impact. And she'll share some really great new evidence of the significant impact our program is having on students.
Thanks, Amanda, and thank you as well, Diego. We're so excited to share these results. Our monitoring and evaluation team recently finished a multi-country, multi-year study of impact across Africa and Latin America. And to do this study, we used validated instruments in reading fluency and numeracy skills, specifically the early grade reading assessment and the International Common Assessment in numeracy. And using those instruments, we were able to compare the growth that TeachUNITED students experience in a single year to the growth of similar peers in a control group. And as you can see on this slide, the results really were amazing. In reading, TU students grew an additional 2 years beyond their peers. And in math, we saw an even more impressive 3.5 additional years of growth. And I want to take a moment to emphasize that these are additional years of growth beyond what control students learned in a single year. So to help break that down a little bit, what you can imagine for the control group is learning as usual. Diego talked a bit about the number of students who start school and how that pipeline diminishes as they move further up in education. Part of the problem there is that we know in many of our regions, students are in school, but they're not making nearly enough progress. Their foundational skills, especially in reading and math, aren't meaningfully improving. And these results and our program and our coaches allow us to quantify the actual growth in these core foundational skills. Yes, this study shows that we significantly outperformed controls, and that alone is worth celebrating. But even more noteworthy, at least to my mind, we're able to see that our students are growing years beyond their peers in those most important foundational skills that we know are critical to future success. And girls in particular are showing exceptional growth. Girls gained even more with 2.7 additional years of reading growth and 4.3 additional years of math growth. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that, yes, boys also statistically significantly outperformed their peers. But here, what we're really seeing is the impact of what happens when classroom teachers have the skills that they need to help close those achievement gaps. And we're seeing girls truly excel. These results will be released more broadly in an upcoming white paper and manuscript, but we couldn't resist getting ahead of it and sharing it with you now. And I'd also like to take a special moment to say thank you to our Associate Director of Monitoring and Evaluation, Morgan Platt, who conceptualized and led this study, and to our exceptional teams on the ground in Africa and Latin America, who not only did a lot of the support in terms of data collection, but also did the work that allowed these results to be possible, supporting the teachers and their students and ensuring that I get to share these wonderful results with all of you. So thank you all. And to see what this impact can look like in action, we'd love to have our regional leads share a couple of great videos. And I believe I get to hand it over to Angela for Team Africa now.
Thank you, Alea, for the very insightful evidence. And my name is Angela Kidao. I lead the Africa team, and I'm very, very excited to share with you today a story about one of our great coaches who has actually contributed to the impact that Alea has just spoken about. Chesko started with us as a teacher participating in the TeachUNITED's teacher training program. Then he progressed to become a coach working with TeachUNITED supporting the teachers. And then he was promoted to become a head teacher in one of the schools in Tanzania in the Arusha region. And while still being the head teacher, continued to work with teachers, whereby he has been able to make very good progress with them. You will also be able to hear from some of the teachers that he has been working with. Thank you.
In classrooms across Tanzania, students were falling behind. Then came Chesko, a teacher trained by TeachUNITED. He became a TeachUNITED coach and now serves as head teacher, taking his school from the bottom of the district ranks into the top 5. At TeachUNITED, we work alongside educators, giving them the tools and coaching to transform how children learn. Teachers gain confidence. Students, once behind, are thriving. Meet Chesko and the teachers changing the story.
The moment when I came here, the school performance was not good. I was given a certificate of poor performing school. That was the national examination results of 2022. I decided to learn from the teachers. How are they doing? How are they working with the students in a class? I find that there is a gap where, as a trainer, I need to fill that gap. I started organizing a PLC meeting, training the teachers, take them through to the strategies that can maximize the student engagement in the class. I decided to transform them from fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
Kwa kweli alikuwa na changamoto sana, hasa kwenye kipengele cha utayari wa wanafunzi kujifunza na ushiriki kwenye kipindi.
Baada ya hayo mafunzo, walimu wakabadilika, wakajua kabisa kwamba kutumia hizo mbinu labda za kuwapa maswali kwenye magrupu, kuwapa maswali washare, alafu wafanye presentation, sio utumwa. Ni kitu ambacho mimi kama mwalimu natakiwa kukifanya.
Baada ya kupata mafunzo kutoka TeachUNITED, kuna mbinu kadhaa ambazo tumejifunza. Mojawapo ya mbinu hizo ni pamoja na turn and talk approach, ambayo unawapa wanafunzi muda wa kujadili kwenye makundi ya watu wawili, alafu baadaye utakuja kufanya reflection kwenye kile ambacho walikuwa kikijadili.
Hizi mbinu zimetusaidia sana kwa sababu kwa mimi vitu vilivyoniongezea ni kuwa jasiri. Imeniongezea ujuzi mwingi. Make kitu fulani kama sijui naweza nikamuuliza mwenzangu, wote kwa pamoja tukaweka hizo idea sehemu moja.
Tangu tuanze kutumia mbinu za TeachUNITED, zimebadilisha aina ya ufundishaji, lakini pia zimeongeza sana shauku ya mwanafunzi kutaka kujifunza na kuonyesha uwezo wake darasani. Kumekuwa na kiwango kizuri cha ufaulu wa wanafunzi shuleni kwetu.
Baadaye natamani niwe mwalimu. Kilichonivutia zaidi ni jinsi walimu wangu wanavyofundisha. Walimu tu wanafundisha vizuri sana.
This training needs to reach every corner, to every school, to every teacher, so that it can impact to every student, because they are impactful.
Hello everyone, I am Jones, the director of the Latin American team. Thank you Africa team for sharing that beautiful history from Tanzania. Now I am delighted to share a video from our region. In it, two of our fantastic coaches, Coti and Jelly, will share more about our work and impact in Mexico. I hope you enjoy it.
Detrás de los números de impacto de este año, hay rostros, aulas y comunidades que están viviendo una transformación profunda.
En el corazón de Yucatán, en comunidades de habla maya como Pustunich y Ticul, la educación inicial y preescolar indígena enfrentan retos únicos. Aquí, acompañar a los niños de 1 a 3 años requiere más que métodos tradicionales, requiere un enfoque profundamente humano y comunitario.
Entre las pláticas ha surgido el rescate tanto de nosotros como docentes, las características de los alumnos que atendemos y en la parte emocional y humana que nosotros como docentes en ocasiones vamos perdiendo o vamos sintiendo que nos encontramos atrapados. El curso pues nos está haciendo recuperar esa parte de nosotros.
A través de mentores para la educación, docentes con amplia experiencia están redescubriendo su pasión, pasando de una mentalidad fija a una mentalidad de crecimiento.
Este cambio no se queda en el salón de clases, impacta directamente en los hogares y en el desarrollo temprano de los niños más jóvenes.
y lo del mentor para la educación, pues me ha ayudado muchísimo en lo que viene siendo en la mentalidad fija y de crecimiento, porque me ha enseñado a poder crecer y poder así de esa manera apoyar a los padres de familia para que ellos tengan una mentalidad de crecimiento.
Incluso para docentes con más de 30 años de servicio, la integración de la tecnología y nuevas estrategias pedagógicas ha abierto nuevos horizontes para la educación indígena.
Entonces, todo esto que yo estoy aprendiendo en este curso, pues me está permitiendo mejorar profesionalmente y dotarme de los conocimientos que me permitan pues ser una persona pues capaz y más que nada como guía aquí con el personal docente que tengo a mi cargo.
Cuando apoyamos a una directora o a una educadora en la zona maya, no solo transformamos su aula, creamos una red de liderazgo capaz de guiar a toda una comunidad escolar hacia el futuro.
Gracias al apoyo del programa Mentores para el Cambio en Primera Infancia, los datos de impacto cobran vida en cada sonrisa, en cada maestro empoderado y en cada niño que inicia su aprendizaje con las mejores herramientas.
Gracias por hacer posible este cambio duradero en nuestra región.
Wow, what fantastic stories of impact from Tanzania and Mexico. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Beeson, and I am the Director of U.S. Programs here at TeachUNITED. I'm happy to share a little bit about the work that we're doing in the United States. Over the past year, one of our biggest priorities in the U.S. has been growing strong, long-term partnerships with schools, districts, and state education agencies. Rather than one-time professional development, we're building sustainable systems alongside our partners that help educators thrive. I want to highlight one partnership that's been especially meaningful this year, our statewide mentor-teacher partnership with the New Mexico Public Education Department. Teacher retention is critical for brand new educators, since we know about half of them leave the profession within the first 5 years. We also know that high-quality mentoring is a key factor for keeping and supporting new teachers. But high quality means that those great mentors need training and support too. That's exactly what this partnership set out to do. Over the past year, we've worked alongside mentor teachers from across New Mexico, helping them strengthen the skills needed to support new educators through coaching conversations, reflection, and practical mentoring strategies. One story really captures the impact. A mentor told us, "This program reminded me of the importance of slowing down, listening, and creating space for new teachers to grow into their own strengths. The coaching conversations helped me become a better mentor and a better educator." I love that quote because it's really what Teach United is all about. We aren't just delivering professional development, we're helping educators build relationships that strengthen schools from within. And we're seeing that reflected in the results. Every single mentor who completed the program said they plan to remain in the education profession. And 88% told us this experience was better than any other professional development that they've participated in. Even more exciting, this work isn't ending here. Because of the program's success and based on high demand from both participants and the New Mexico Public Education Department, we're launching a new statewide cohort of up to 100 participants and an advanced year 2 experience for returning mentors to continue building their leadership and coaching capacity. This partnership has become one of our flagship U.S. initiatives, and it's the focus of our current U.S. philanthropy efforts, because we believe its impact can extend far beyond one state. By investing in mentor teachers, we're strengthening the support system around new educators, improving retention, and ultimately creating better learning experiences for students. Thank you to our foundation partners, participating schools, districts, and the State Department. We know that this is just the beginning, and we can't wait to show you what New Mexico's mentors build next.
Thank you very much, Andrea, and thank you, Angela, Jens, and the whole team. It is great to see the stories, and also, as Alia was saying, one part is to see the impact and see all the data, but it's not complete if you don't see what it looks like in action. And it also reminded me of something that I've heard a lot from our colleagues and some of our teachers, that they say what is unique about Teach United is that we have that human touch, that we are always looking at teachers, first of all, as people. And that's the same with coaches, and that's the same with partners, with government officials. And you can see that in these stories, that across all of them, even though there are very different contexts, not necessarily the same program, but it's always that human side that you can see. And that's what Teach United also always brings. And that's something that makes me incredibly proud. And we're coming to the end of the call. I just want to thank everyone for joining. Also thank everyone in this community for supporting us along the way. And I can't wait to continue in this collaboration and meeting as many of you as possible, if not all of you, and to continue expanding our work. Thank you very much for joining us today, and until the next time.
Adiós.